Hi, my name's Chloe from Go Chloe Pilates, and this is Good Moves with Well+Good. Today I'm taking you through a really nice session. We're going to do a stretch and mobility session for the hips and for the hamstrings because we all have tight hips and we all need to stretch more, so you're in the right place. We're going to start on hands and knees. So bring yourself over, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And we're going to start with some hip circles. I love hip circles, big juicy circles. You're going to take your left leg, you're going to lift it up, and then you're going to circle the knee and the hip out and around and down and in. You're going to draw the biggest circle you possibly can. So we're warming up through the hip. Yes, we're getting a bit of strength work, but it's mostly designed, this exercise, to mobilize. Let's reverse that the other way. It's good to stretch out when the body is a little bit warm as well. You get deeper into a stretch. That's it, just for 2. And 1, let's take that to the other side. Right leg is gonna lift up. You're gonna take it out to the side as wide as you can and around and in. So big, juicy hip circles out and around. Don't worry too much about what's happening at the rest of your body. Let go of that judgment. Just move and reverse that other way. Out to the side and up and around. Good for 3. And 2, and 1, drop it all the way down. Walk your hands in, come up onto your knees, and then take your right foot and step it forward in front of you. Now crawl the toes forward a little bit so that the heel is a little bit further away from you than where the knee is, and take your hands onto your butt. Grab your butt. Now if you want to pad up this knee, pad it up with a towel or a pillow or something. So if you need a bit of extra support, grab that. You're going to take your fingers, point them down onto your butt, and sort of push the flesh of your butt down a little bit. And then tuck your tailbone under and shift the weight forward, until you feel a stretch through the front of your left hip. Now think about that left hand really pressing your butt down and forward so you feel a deeper opening through your hip flexor muscles, the group of muscles at the front of the left hip. And just hold that there. And breathe, deep breaths in and out. And again, deep breath in and out. 1 more like that. Big breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then take your left hand, lift it up, reach as high as you can, and then tip your body just slightly over to the right, feeling that stretch travel up from the front of the left hip all the way up to the side of the spine. Reach those fingers away from you as far as you possibly can and hold that there. Deep breath in and out. Reach a little further. Deep breath in and out. 1 more like that. Big breath and let it go. Coming up from here, we're going to straighten that right leg, allow the toes to lift, and then take your hands forward either on that leg, that might be where you'll stay, or if you can reach all the way down onto the mat, you're going to frame the leg with your hands and drop there. So either hands on the leg or hands on the mat, or if you've got a block or some pillows or some books close by, you can also prop your hands up on that. And I want you to relax here. So think about your upper body, your shoulders, your head and your chest just melting forward over that thigh. Releasing any tension you might be holding. Maybe find a little softness in your elbows. Let your head feel a little heavier. Just really allowing your body to melt forward, like you're surrendering into the stretch. Hold it there. Hold it there. Nice, slow, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And again, deep breath in and out. 1 more like that. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Walk your hands forward just to drop that foot down, and then your hands can climb up onto that right thigh and press yourself all the way up. We're going to swing that leg back and we're going to come to the other side. Left foot's going to come forward. Shuffle it forward a little. Good. Hands come to your butt. Tuck your tailbone under. Press the flesh of your butt down, your glutes down. Tuck under and shift the weight forward until you find a stretch at the front of your right hip. Those right hip flexors. Hip flexors get tight for a lot of different reasons. The biggest culprit is usually a lot of sitting, because when we sit, the hip flexors, the muscles at the front that cross the front of the thigh and the front of the hip joint, are in a shortened position. When we spend prolonged periods sitting, then the muscle is in that prolonged shortened position. They get really tight. Also a lot of Pilates, a lot of tabletop work can also get your hip flexors really tight. So it's important to include regular stretching of your hip flexors as part of your movement practice for the week. Press those fingers down, especially that right hand. Push the hip forward. One more breath here. And let it go. Take your right hand this time, lift it up, and then lift as high as you can, reaching up towards the ceiling, and tip your body just gently over to the left, feeling it lengthen a little bit more on that side. And hold that position there. Deep breath in. And out. And again, big breath in. And out. Reach a little further. One more deep breath in. And out, coming up. We're going to take the hands onto that left leg, straighten the leg, allow the toes to lift, and fold the body forward here. Now, hands can either stay on the leg, or you could take the hands down and frame the leg with your hands down on the mat or on a block or whatever you've got close by. Either way, both are good. Doesn't matter which one you choose. And just hold that there. Again, thinking about your body fully softening and surrendering into that stretch. Some of us just naturally have really tight hamstrings. I know, it's just what we're born with. But it doesn't mean you can't create change in your hamstring length and become more flexible in your hamstrings. It just takes a lot of work. Do this video every day and you'll notice a difference. Nice slow breath. Soften your elbows a little. Let the head feel heavy. That's it. Hold it here. 2 more breaths in through the nose. And out through the mouth. 1 more like that. Big breath in. And out. Good. Walk the hands forward. This time you're actually going to take the hand on the inside of the foot and then swing that leg around, coming back onto hands and knees. We're going to open up a little bit more into the inner thighs now. So you take your left leg, swing it out to the side, straight out to the side with your toes pointing forward, and then arch your back a little bit. You're going to sit the weight back towards your heels and you're going to allow the toes of that left leg to lift, and you'll feel that stretch through your inner thigh, and then shift the weight forward and plant the foot back down. So we sit the weight back, allow the toes to lift, feel that stretch, and then shift it forward again. Breathe in to sink it back. Breathe out to shift it forward. That's it. Arch that low back. Think about sticking your butt out a little more. Booty sort of pops out. You'll feel a better stretch through your inner thigh. Attaches right up through the inside of the hip into our pelvic bone, the front of our pelvis. On the next one, sit back to a point where you feel a strong stretch and hold it there. And then you're going to take your hands and walk them a little over towards the left leg, maybe a little more. As far over as it feels good for you. Stop where you get a strong stretch. For me, it's about here, about halfway. Arch that low back, hold it there, stretching out through the inner thighs, but also the inside of the hamstring here as well. Good, deep breath in. And out. Walk the hands back to the center, take that leg back in, and we'll switch it over to the other side. So go straight out to the side, heel down, toes down to start, arch the low back a little, and then sit the weight back, allow the toes to lift, and then shift it forward, plant the toes down. We sink it back, we shift it forward. Good, keep that little arch in the low back. Softness in your elbows, softness in your upper body, shoulders, head, neck, shoulders, soft. Notice how the 2 sides compare. Notice if one side feels tighter than the other. Do they feel the same on either side? Just being aware of these asymmetries that exist in our own bodies. Good. The next time you sit back, hold it at a point where you feel a strong stretch, where it feels good for you, and then take your hands for a little walk. Maybe it's just a really tiny walk, maybe it's a little bit bigger, until you find a point where it feels good as you walk over to that right leg. And just hold it there, deep breath in. And out, and again, deep breath in. And out, let it go. Walk the hands back to the center, take that leg back in, tuck both toes under, and lift into a downward dog position. Let's give those feet a little pedal from side to side. Think about your hips lifting up as high as you can get them, your belly button pressing towards the thighs, and then just pedal from left to right. Then you're going to take your left leg, you're going to swing it up towards the ceiling, open the hip and bend that left knee, allowing the heel to drop down towards the right hip. Maybe look under your left arm, say hello. Hold it there, take a breath in and out. And then kick that left leg up. We're going to come forward into a pigeon stretch. You're going to take that left knee towards the chest, plant the foot towards the right, the knee to the left, drop the back knee down and then crawl the back leg away from you a little more. And I want you to give a little shimmy from side to side with the hips, sort of wiggle it out a little. If you want a bit more support for that left hip, slide a pillow or a block underneath your butt. And then you're going to drop yourself down, maybe onto your elbows, maybe stack the hands and drop your head all the way down. Whatever feels best for you here. And we're just going to hang here for a few breaths. I want you to visualize all the muscles around that left hip melting and softening with each breath. Finding more flexibility, more mobility, more range in those hips. Hold it there, melt into it. We're going to be here for 2 more deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let it go. And again, deep breath in and out. Let it go. All right, wriggle around a little more and then lift yourself up onto elbows and then up onto hands. Tuck your back toes under to lift that back knee and we're going to step it all the way back up, finding a downward dog position again. And then if it feels good for you to pedal, go for it. If it feels good for you to just hold the position, do that. Whatever feels best for you. And then we're going to take that to the other side. The right leg's going to lift, open the hip and allow that knee to bend. Yawning that hip open, maybe look underneath your right arm, holding it there. Take a deep breath in and out. Kick that leg up. We square the hips and we draw the knee into the chest, coming into a pigeon. Foot to the left, knee to the right. Drop the back knee and then crawl that back leg away from you and untuck the toes. We take the hips for a shimmy, side to side, move it around, and then allow it to sink. Allow the weight of your body to sink a little more. Maybe drop down onto the elbows, maybe stack the hands and drop the head. Whatever floats your boat, whatever feels good for you. And we hold it here. And we breathe. And again, we visualize the muscles around that right hip softening and melting away as we hold. Nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, deep breath in and out. One more like that, big breath in and out. And then slowly lift yourself up onto elbows and then onto hands. And then from here, what you're going to do is just roll the weight of your body onto that right hip and swing the left leg around. And then come and lay all the way down onto your back. Kick that right leg away from you and take your left leg, kick it up towards the ceiling. You're going to take your hands, interlace your fingers behind the back of that left leg, the back of that left thigh. Try and straighten the knee as much as you can. It might not be very straight. Try and pull it in towards your chest as far as you can and then flex and point through your left foot. You'll feel a bit of a nervy stretch through the back of the leg, so stretching the hamstrings, the calves, and the nerves, a bit of a nerve glide as well. And then take your ankle for a big circle around. And then reverse that the other way. And then draw your toes towards your face. Try and straighten the knee a little bit further. Try pull on that leg a little bit more and hold it there. Deep breath in. And out, let it go all the way down. Other side, grab onto that right leg, kick it up to the ceiling, interlace the fingers behind the leg, pull the shape in towards your chest as far as you can, try and straighten the knee as much as you can, and then flex and point through your right foot. Big flex, really draw the toes back towards your face. You'll feel the difference the more you do it. That's it. And then take it for a circle. And reverse that the other way. And then draw the toes to the face, flex the foot, try and straighten the knee a little bit more. Pull it in towards you just that little bit further, hold it there. One deep breath in. and out, let it go. From here, bend both knees in and then just allow them to fall out to the side into a butterfly stretch, soles of the feet together. You can either stay here, or if it's available to you, reach your hands in between the knees, grab onto the feet, interlace the fingers around the outside edges of the feet and pull the legs, pull the feet in towards the chest, holding it there. At this point, maybe close your eyes, allowing those hips to fully open, getting that deep stretch, and just hold it there. We're going to take 2 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And again, deep breath in and out, let it go. And you can stay there for a little bit longer if you want. Otherwise, pull your knees in, roll yourself all the way up into sitting, and you are all done. This is a great one to repeat every day if you want to feel more flexible and open in your hips. But thank you so much for joining me for Good Moves with Well and Good. I'm Chloe from Go Chloe Pilates. Subscribe to Well and Good's channel for more videos, and I'll see you very soon.